Welcome to Hot to Trot. This is not your normal horse racing podcast. My name's Ashley Eisenbiel.
And I'm Donna Locke, and we're your hosts for Hot to Trot.
Welcome to a special episode of Hot to Trot. We have the two biggest days of Pennsylvania racing coming up here this week. Friday, we have the Masters at Presque Downs, and Saturday, we have Parx racing. We have Pennsylvania Derby, like the biggest day in PA. And we have two awesome bets, but more importantly, I have special guest host, Danny's here from Let's Go Racing Parx and joining me for today. And I'm so excited to have you. Thanks for coming.
Hey, Ashley, thank you so much for having me. I love coming on Hot to Trot. I've got to come on before with you and Donnell, but now it's all about the two biggest days in horse racing between Presque Downs and Parx. And of course, we have 9 stakes races, the two $1 million races, and there's just a huge buzz here at Parx. Obviously, we got to see, we're going to get to see the biggest horses in horse racing on the national stage and our local stars as well. So a lot of excitement.
And we have Patrick Squared with us. How much fun are these guys? You guys are going to love this. I mean, they're so knowledgeable in racing and so much fun. I mean, nothing gets me in the mood more than a bunch of upbeat people talking horse racing, especially PA horse racing. So super excited to have them both with us. I hope you guys enjoy. But Danny, first I have to ask you, how many PA derbies have you done?
Oh, this is my 7th one. I used to come as a fan, obviously, when I was a kid. I used to come with my mom, and I used to come before I started working here. When California Chrome ran, it was like wall-to-wall people. But I'm really excited about Torpedo Anna and our Preakness winner Sees the Gray and just all of our amazing local horses. I think there's going to be so much for the fans. And besides the horse racing, it's just a fun day here at Parx. There literally is something for everybody.
There really is. I'm going to be there with you. You're going to be on the broadcast, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be on the broadcast. It's 4:30 to 6:30. Me and Maggie Wolfendale will be in the paddock. Lafitte Pinkai and Dick Girardi will be on set. And I'm pretty sure Maniac Malloy will be running around the picnic area, engaging with our awesome fans, having a good time. And I think he had a pretty fun night at the Eagles game last night, even though they lost.
Oh, yeah, he looked a little peakish, but that's all right. And locally, you can watch this broadcast on
NBC Sports Philadelphia, our local channel. Let's Go Racing is going to have a special 1-hour show in the morning from 10 to 11. And then our live broadcast starts at 4:30. So if you can't get here, which you should, gates open at 10, you can watch it on TV at home.
Yep. Well, Donnell is going to be representing PHRA at the Masters for us at Presque Downs. Their first post is at 4 p.m. special post time, and she'll be covering all the action there for us with Meadow. And we had to divide and conquer this week. It's a lot, and it's across the state. Like, we're going from Erie, Pennsylvania to Bensalem, Pennsylvania. Like, you can't get more of a distance. There was no way I was going to be able to drive across the state and get both places. So we've all decided divide and conquer is going to be the best way to get all the coverage and be there for all our racing fans at both tracks and cover these races, because it is going to be a lot, and we're so excited.
Yeah, definitely going to miss Dean Donnell here at Parx. Always love having my blonde counterpart, but we're going to have a great time. And yeah, the two biggest days in PA horse racing are back to back. We're talking about Friday, September 20th and Saturday, September 21st.
Well, we hope you guys enjoy this episode of Hot to Trot. We're going to be handicapping a little, talking about these horses, talking about the Pennsylvania Pick 4 and the Keystone Double. Two great bets on two fantastic tracks. 4 races for the Pick 4 and 2 races for the Keystone Double. So hope you guys enjoy. Get your tickets in. Also get your free PPs at PennHorseRacing.com under Wager Warriors. We have free PPs for both Friday and Saturday at Presque Downs and Parx Racing. So enjoy.
Hopefully we'll make you some money.
Well, thanks guys for joining us here on Hot to Trot. We're kicking it off. We got Danny is my special co-host today for our special edition of Hot to Trot. We're handicapping for the Pick 4, Pennsylvania Pick 4, 2 tracks, 1 bet. Super excited, and the Keystone Daily Double. But Pat, you were just saying you had a long night last night.
It never ends. I mean, we have racing. We have racing every day this week, just about, except for Thursday. And then Friday, it's just such a massive day for me. And Danny, I know for you, Saturday is going to be absolutely incredible for you all. You have some great horses coming in, and you have 2 grade 1s to play with. I'm jealous. I'm so jealous, but it is what it is. So it's been a crazy little week. I had a filly I bred that ran really well in the Pocahontas. She ran 3rd in the Pocahontas, little Pennsylvania bred that I got. So I'm kind of excited about that. Yeah. I bred her Icona Mama. That's my.
Yeah, I bet her 30-1. I had her, 1st and 2nd, and I was screaming so loud, my neighbors, the house was shaking. I'm a big fan.
Oh my God. I mean, Cass and Ashley knows my fiance. Cass, we almost like broke the TV. The dogs were going nuts. The greyhound ran. He thought he was getting yelled at. And the blue heeler attacked the cat. I mean, it was just a zoo. But we thought we were going to win for a couple jumps there.
I thought you were too. I'm such a fan, and I'm such a fan of Flint Stites. He deserves a good horse. And I have a 2-year-old by Maximus Mischief that we're excited about. She was breezed today, so go Icona Mama. Hopefully that's the first of many good things.
Well, she's probably going to come back up here to Presque for the Finest City, and then I think there's a good possibility you might see her in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile if all goes well. So that would be incredibly exciting, because I still have the mare, and I actually campaigned the mare too, and I've had her forever. She's going to be 17 pretty soon, but she'll be with us forever.
Oh, and the other Pat had a big night too.
I'll tell you what, I'm happy to be talking horse racing today and not NFL
instead of football.
Get me away from the Philadelphia Eagles. No better time for Pennsylvania horse racing than right now after a terrible Eagles loss last night.
Well, I saw you with Jason Kelsey on your Instagram stories, and we all know Travis Kelsey just bought a racehorse. It's been big news. Have you talked to Jason yet? Do we get him in? Is he going to buy a PA bred? You talking him into it?
I'm working on him as we speak. I'm hoping that he will go in and we can buy a horse together, and he, pays 100% for it. I'll just give him a nudge in which way to go. Because if that's how Travis is buying his horses, then maybe Jason needs to follow suit. I mean, the only thing now is, what are we going to name it? That's
what I'm thinking. We need to find some unnamed 2-year-olds and name them after his wife or daughters or whatever.
Done. Danny, you're in. You're a part of the syndicate. Let's go.
I like it.
I'm sure Patrick can help us figure out a horse to buy. He could.
Yeah.
I bought a few nice ones in my life. I bought a couple bums in my life too. But I remember one of my clients saying, he goes, "Man, you really bought me a bum this time." I'm like, well, no agent wakes up in the morning and says, "Hey, I can't wait to buy a bad horse today."
Exactly.
Said no agent ever. Let me put it that way. But we've had really good luck, and this game has just been so amazing to me. I had a very corporate job for a long time, and actually, the story that I just gave it up. I gave up my corporate life because I just wanted to do this, and it's the most amazing game in the world. And life is so short to begin with. You've got to own a racehorse. There's nothing better. I mean, you want to talk about it's I guess it's my heroin. I guess I love it. I just love it.
You better not let the My Racehorse people hear that what you just said there. Life's too short. You've got to buy a racehorse. That should be their tagline.
Right. And some of it, it makes it affordable for everybody. And I get that. I mean, it's not for me personally. Like, it wouldn't be my play at all, just because of who I worked for and where I worked and what I've done and everything, and knowing the industry the way that I do. But for some people, man, hey, a couple $100 and you got action. It's a beautiful thing. I love it.
Yep, I love it. I was also in the corporate world and gave that up to do this full time. But we have a lot of horse racing to talk about, huh, Ashley?
Sure do.
Oh, yes, we do. We're going to kick it off with our Pennsylvania Pick 4, 2 tracks, 1 bet. So I am so excited for this. I am super pumped that Parx Racing and Presque Downs have teamed up to put together these 2 fabulous bets for our handicappers, our bettors. It's just going to be a lot of fun. So we kick it off on Friday, and we are going to be doing, and I'm going to share my screen. All right, we're kicking it off with the Presque Mile. And Patrick, this is your home track, so we're going to let you...
Yeah, this is kind of in my wheelhouse. At least I think so. I hope so. Let me put it that way. So I went a little bit deeper here. I put 4 horses in, guys, with this. And I started off with the 3 horse here. He's a mess. This is just a hard knock and gelding. And if you take a look at the dam side of this horse, it's out of a mare called Night Fury. She has 3 horses that actually run here and run very, very well at Presque. She's just prolific as a broodmare sire, or as a broodmare, I'm sorry. And Catalfo as a broodmare sire really hasn't done a whole lot. He just has very limited, he's gone now, unfortunately, but he's had limited opportunities. But this daughter of Dramedy, or the son of Dramedy, I'm sorry, has run well here at PID. 11 out of 14 in the money. I like seeing that. This horse has won 4 times here over the strip. So I'm going to throw him in, including a horse, the 4 horse. And Danny, you're going to know some of these horses too.
Yes.
And obviously some of the clients that I have run a lot of Parx too. And that's Wars Reward LLC. I actually bought them that stallion, and we got them a lot of mares at Keeneland and Phasig. And Twilight Dancer's really been very good here at Presque. 4 out of 5 times in the money, and all 4 of those are victories. I love seeing that. 2 out of 3 times at the distance. 2 of those are victories. This horse is very solid. Comes out of that win in the hard spun. Good horse, moving and just increasing with the ability that he has each and every time. So I like that. I actually threw out the 5, and I know this horse is going to get a ton of play. You get Irod, Irad Ortiz in the mix. I'm sorry. And with that being said, I know this horse might end up being the favorite, to be honest with you. At least probably second choice. Not my pick, though. Let's take a look at the Kelsey Danner horse, the 7, Anamonastic. Adam Busquets is going to come in here. This horse second last time out in the Avery Wisman to Forever Super. That's my last selection in here. But for some reason, Kelsey Danner comes up here and she does so well at this racetrack. It's unbelievable how well she actually does. She has the number here for some odd reason. She just does great. You're going to get Adam Busquets back here in the irons, and he has done well for her here also. This horse only ran once at Presque, but likes the Tapeta and did very well in the Tapeta at Gulfstream Park. Let's talk about the 8 Forever Super. That's coming out of Mike Trombetta's barn. He's probably one of the best on the East Coast. The friend of mine, just absolutely incredible. This is for Live Oak Plantation. One of my old buddies, and he used to train for me actually a long time ago. He breaks all these horses at Live Oak for Mrs. Weber, and he told me this horse has a ton of talent. Look at this horse. Last 4 races, all stakes, 2/3, 2 victories. Once at Laurel, back up here at Presque, won the Avery Wisman Memorial. So this horse, those are my 4 selections in my pick 4, in the first leg of my pick 4 in the Presque.
I love it. There's a lot of good information there.
I feel like I got to rethink some things, but Danny, who do you have?
Okay, I think this field came up so strong. I really do. I'm going to try to go with some value. I'm going to kick it off. I like 7 on top, Anamonastic. For me, it's the summer of Bucaro. I love that this horse loves the synthetic, has a lot of wins over the synthetic. Look, Kelsey Danner does really well at Presque. I'm going to use Forever Super second. Michael Trombetta. I know his assistant very well, Chris Arrow. I talked to him a lot. That's Mike Arrow's son. He had a lot of good things to say about this horse. Gallardo obviously knows the PID track very well. And then have to use the number 4 in there, Twilight Dancer. I got to see this horse when he was a 2-year-old here, when Scott Lake had him, and he was just so green. He had a lot of growing to do. It's really cool to see how he's grown into himself. I think it's a big ask to get 4 wins in a row, but I think he's definitely going to be coming with a late run with those big, long legs, that long stride. Pablo Morales, obviously, a jockey that knows how to get around the Presque track. And I threw out KC Chief just because I think that horse is just going to be way overplayed. And to round out my ticket, I put He's a Mess in for 4. So I'm going to do a 7, 8, 4, 3. But I think this race came up surprisingly sneaky good.
I don't disagree, Danny. I think that's a great point. There's no doubt about it. A lot of nice horses in here.
Now, who will be on Fierce and Strong? Because Tyler Connor just posted that he actually has to be out for surgery for a couple of weeks. So that'll be a rider change.
Well,
and
Mike Salvaggio, let's see here. I mean, Kazushi Kimura's coming in. He's a mess. He's just absolutely incredible. So he's out. Gallardo's right. It might end up being Pablo Morales. He's on Twilight Dancer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what about Angel Rodriguez? Would he would come
might,
off the ride.
he might bring him in for that. Yeah, good point.
And he's
Dan.
aggressive on a speed horse, but I'm not using that horse, but
well, I am going to use KC Chief. This is a very competitive field to start off this pick four with the Presque Mile. I'm going with KC Chief. He's coming off 4 consecutive wins, getting the best jockey, in my opinion, in the world. 6-1 right now. That looks like
in the world. That's pretty strong.
But like Pat was saying, there's no way you're going to get this at 6-1 on Friday. But I got 5-4. I'm a little light here in the beginning because I'm going to spread towards the end of this ticket. Probably, more so spreading there in the PA Derby. But let's get off to the races here with a 4-5 in the Presque Mile. I like that.
All right.
All right.
Give me Irad.
Well,
you guys are going against Irad. I like him. I'm going with him. And
I like him too, but I just think in this spot, I just don't think it's the right spot. And I think he's going to be a false prophet, the horse, just because he has Irad Ortiz on him.
Yep, and I've seen it happen.
We've seen it all too many times too. We've seen that happen all too many times. So I could see it happening in Patrick too.
well, I have Forever Super. Michael Trebetta is a hot trainer right now at PID. He's doing really well, and I really like this horse. So I looked at his past races. He's won at Presque before, so he was used to the synthetic, which was a really big thing for me when I'm looking. Handicapping the synthetic's just different. And, horses that have never run on it, I always just wonder, how are they going to take to it? So that's always something that I kept in mind. And then I have to go with, I can never say the name. I've tried, Patrick, the 7.
Oh, Animatastic.
Animatastic.
I believe that's the way you pronounce it.
So, yeah, I think Kelsey does really good when she comes to PID. Loving that horse, and past races came in second at the Avery Memorial Stakes. So that's something to keep in mind. That's why I put Forever on top. And then Twilight Dancer, really liked the horse. Won the Hardspun Stakes at a really good length. So I really think that we'll see him sneak on in there. I do like that horse a lot as well.
There you go.
Yeah, he needs to grow up. And I think he did.
Well, I love Warriors Reward horses, honestly. They were nice. They come out. They're a little small, but
This one's not
these
small.
Warriors
This one's
Rewards,
big.
I'm telling you.
I haven't seen it in person. It's
Yep.
always different. Like, I didn't think Uncle Heavy was big as he was on TV. And then when you see him in person, they're like ginormous. So
The dancer's just as big as Uncle Heavy, but he's just built different.
That's also the tapature in him too, Danny. He's obviously, because I breed a lot. I get to see these stallions a lot because we have a house in Lexington also, and I worked at a couple big farms down there in the stallion divisions. And the fact of the matter is, he's a big, strong horse, and he throws that too. And Moonlight Basin, the dam of Twilight Dancer, she's not small either. She's got a lot of unbridled song in her. She's a big old pretty girl. I can tell you that much.
Big long stride. I like it. All right. Well, are we going to go on to the Masters?
yeah, we'll go into the Masters. Let me pull that up.
It's going to be race 9. Fillies and mares going 6.5 furlongs. Grade 2 for $300,000.
A lot of great history with this race, I'll tell you that. I mean, a lot of these fillies and mares come out of here, and they go on and do incredibly well in the Breeders' Cup. We've seen horses like Groupie Doll do it, Informed Decision. Just some great race mares that come out of this race. And if anybody ever says that Presque is like, they're a B track, it's an easy track to win at. Yeah, ask Brendan Walsh how he sent 2 horses up here last week, and they both got smoked by a local guy. So nobody better ever say anything that Presque is an easy joint, because it is not. It is tough. There's some very good horses up here.
I believe that. I was a big fan of Groupie Doll. All right, Patrick, do you want to kick it off?
Sure, I'd be glad to. So we're going to go 6.5 panels here in the Masters. You see, we have 9 that are going to go to post right now. We have some local boys in here too. Obviously, Roses for Deborah is going to be the big play in here, everybody. The daughter of Liam's Map. She's a Pennsylvania bred too, so made a lot of money, $637,000 on her card. She has done well here at Presque. 4 starts, 3 of those victories, 1 second. And this horse coming out of some graded stakes races, the Intercontinental, the Giants Causeway, which she won at Keeneland back in April. The June 7th Saratoga race in the Intercontinental, she runs second by a head to Futurist now. And then she got beaten in the Smart and Fancy at Saratoga, which was kind of shocking. Nobody really thought she would that day. She was the favorite that afternoon, just around 4-5. But this horse is an absolute monster here at Presque Downs. Christophe Clement going to bring this horse in. Tons of backlash. She looks to be the favorite. I know there's a major possibility she is going to win the race. I did put 2 other horses in here though that I think that are okay too. And guys, let's take a look at the 7 horse, if you would. I'm sorry, the 6 horse. Nicest Pie. I'm sorry. I think actually I may have put the wrong horse in there. I think it should not be the 7. It should be the 6. Nicest Pie. And this horse, this is a Tapiture, Danny. We were just talking about the other Tapiture horse, and guess who's the trainer? Kelsey Danner. She loves this racetrack. She comes up here. She does well. Adam Busquets is going to be in the irons here today on Nicest Pie. This horse is 4 for 4 over the synthetic. She loves the artificial surface. At Penn in the Penn Oak, she ran second, only got beat ahead to poolside with Slim. This horse has been running very, very well. Won the Serena Song at Turfway. Won the Valdale at Turfway too. So we have the same type of Tapita. They have the newer Tapita at Turfway than what we do, but she still loves the surface and the Kelsey Danner angle. I absolutely love that with her here. Let's go to the 8, Gal in a Rush. This is Go Sapper Fairly, very well bred. Second, only beat the neck last time out at Woodbine in the Seaway. That was a grade 3. Won another grade 3, the Hendry up there at Woodbine. Going 6.5. You got to love that, guys. This horse is going to be tough. Going to come from off the pace. Likes to close. Dylan Davis in the irons here today, or on Friday, I should say. Not today. But perfect. 2 for 2 in the money on the synthetic.
Wow. There's some really good picks in there. And I have to completely agree with you. I'm going to start off. I'm going to go with Gal in a Rush as my top horse. And no hotter jockey right now than Dylan Davis. He showed that he really belonged up at Saratoga. Christophe Clement definitely will bring this horse ready. And I loved how in the Hendry she swung 8 wide coming for home. So I think you'll get that really good closing finish that you do. So I use that horse on top. The 6, Nicest Pie underneath. The horse with training at Churchill looks like some really nice breezes, but you can't deny that the synthetic really moves this horse up. Obviously, we talked about Adam Busquets and Kelsey Danner. Their team up's really strong. I'm going to throw the favorite Roses for Deborah in there. I think Irad's going to save all his wins for Parx because he's pretty loaded at Parx. So he's going to get shut out in these 2 races. And then I used the 7 in there to round it out. Pandora's Gift, the Ireland bred. It's hard to get a measure on these horses when they're coming from overseas. Obviously, they don't have DRF. They have time form ratings a little bit different. But this horse does have a win on the synthetic. So maybe you could close in there for 4th place money.
All right. I got 3 horses here in this field of 9. Sunday Shoes, looking to make it 2 wins in a row, coming off a layoff. Brian Hernandez, he's having a career year in the saddle. Wesley Ward knows how to win these types of races. So I'm going to throw Sunday Shoes on the ticket, as well as Pandora's Gift. She'll be making her U.S. debut, and she's won 4 of 8 career races. So I'm going to include her. And my top pick is going to be Gal in a Rush. You guys mentioned it. Christophe Clement and Dylan Davis, red hot jockey combination and trainer. And Gal in the Rush, she's won a grade 3 before. So that's what's going to make her my top pick for the Masters. I like the gal. Give me the gal and Dylan Davis.
Yeah,
You might
gal
get it too. You might get it too. Guys, I went a little deeper though. I mean, I put 4 in there. I think it's a little bit more wide open than a lot of people think. I know Roses for Deborah is going to pull all the money, especially coming out of the spa. But she could be suspect here against this group. Sunday Shoes could definitely be there. I don't disagree with that. You got the Wesley Ward angle. He's always, as my Irish friends say, he's deadly. So there's no question about that. But it's going to be a nice race. It's going to be a tough race.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have Roses for Deborah on top. I like Irad. I'm not going to hold that she's never ran on the synthetic before against her. I think, coming out of the spa, she can handle it. She looks like a really strong horse. And honestly, I think she'll take to it just fine. I don't think it's going to bother her. I love, it is a PA bred, so I'm putting my PA breds on top. Blackstone Farm, they've been great friends to us at PHRA. So excited to see her run there. And then I went with Nice as Pie. She did second at Penn National on the turf for the Penn Oaks. Really nice run. So also has multiple wins on the synthetic. So that was a big plus for me. And third, I had Gal in a Rush. Sorry. Gal in a Rush. I was on the fence with that one, but I threw her in last minute, and I like her. She's a good closer. She's run on synthetic, so I felt like I really needed to throw her on my ticket.
That's what's nice about horse racing. We could all be right. We could all be wrong.
But the best part is you get to turn the page and go to the next race if you're wrong.
Exactly.
Right. You keep getting chances. They keep giving us more chances every time.
They keep putting us on the hook. We keep coming back. Well, let's keep it going on our, we're going to go now to Saturday at Parx. It's our marquee day. We have 9 stakes races, 2 $1 million races. Let's start with race 12 for the 3-year-old fillies. The grade 1 Cotillion going 1 mile and 16. And Ashley, you want to kick it off?
Yeah, I got one. And I think we all have the same one.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to go.
Anna, she's going to... How does she not win this race? She is an absolute beast. Coming off of racing with the guys out of Saratoga in the Travers, getting second, she did a fantastic run. She is fast. I don't see anyone else in this field actually beating her. What do you have to say, Patrick? I mean,
I totally agree. I mean, you take a look what she has run. She won the Fantasy. She won the Oaks. She won the Acorn. She won the Coaching Club America Oaks, which is, guys, that's like a dream for me to ever win that race. It is just so incredibly good at Saratoga. Then she gets beat ahead by Fierceness, the champion 2-year-old colt. She runs against the boys and almost beats all the boys. She beat the rest of them. I mean, you know who ran in the race. I mean, there were some tough hombres in that race, and she goes right up against them. She's by fast Anna. She's basically blue collar bred. She really isn't, incredibly.
No.
I mean, she's out of an Uncle Mo mare, so don't take that away from her. But very reasonably bred. I know Power Squeeze may get a little bit of play here because this horse just won the Alabama. But let me tell you something. That horse was life and death to win that race that day. Won by a head. Be candid that day. Those fillies didn't run against what she's been running against. She is the best. There's no question about it. She's my single. And if I'm wrong, guys, I'm wrong. It won't be the first time, and I'm sure it won't be the last time, Danny, that I ever pick a loser. So it is what it is.
I think a lot of us would be picking a loser then.
Power Squeeze.
Just don't see it happening.
Yeah, whenever Torpedo Anna is not in the race, Power Squeeze gets to shine. But like you said, she didn't win it super easy. She just got by Candied, who to me is not.
And Danny, that was twice now in a row. Look at her race at Delaware and at Delaware Oaks in the grade 3. She barely won that. And Torpedo Anna has already proven that she can beat her. She beat her in the Acorn.
Yep. And then so Gunsong is our Catherine Sophia winner. She's going to be coming back. What did she really run against? I mean, it's not even a graded stakes. She ran against Impel Wonder Ride. She's a beautiful filly by Gun Runner, Mark Hennig. did a great job bringing her along because she's good feeling. I think they have earplugs in her. She's always on the muscle. But to me, it's Torpedo's Anna's race. I think she's going to put on a show. The only way I see this filly getting beat is if the jockeys try to do some real race riding and box her in but even then, I mean, I think she'll find a way.
But Deanie, I mean, she's so tactical with the way she runs.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to be any problem. I mean, Hernandez can put this horse basically where Brian wants. He can put her where he needs her, and it's going to be good. It's not going to be a problem whatsoever.
Yep. And our surface is definitely, everyone says we have such a deep track here, but it's definitely tightening up as the summer went on. And they usually have it playing pretty good for Derby week. And I think she'll just skip along. And I think, like we said, single.
yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm singled here to Torpedo Anna. There was two horses that may have a chance. I think the two that could beat her are Gunsong and Power Squeeze, but I firmly believe we're going to be seeing Kenny McPeak in the winner's circle at Parx on Saturday, and that's going to be a great thing to see. I'm excited for it, and like Danny just alluded to, I could see her putting on a show, and it's gonna be great to see, and I can't wait for Saturday. She's
gonna be a big draw. It's gonna be like when California Chrome was here and people were wall to wall, even though we didn't win that day. But people are gonna come to see her, and she's something special. So why don't we hop to the boys?
I have to say one last thing on this race is yes, I think Torpedo Anna takes it, but I don't want to discount like Mystic Lake. Like if you're doing your tries. Like, I think Mystic Lake might take the lead in the beginning of this race and we might get second or third. Like, it might be a nice payout. So I have to say, Mike
that's
Smith.
That's what we need to figure out is how do we bet this race?
So if there's a long shot that can come in with
it. I mean, but guys, even if you do that, though, there's going to be so many people that have her on the front of the ticket. Right. You know what I mean? And the fact of the matter is, Mystic Lake, yeah, you're right, actually. This one's going to go on the engine. And I think Gunsong's going to go up and challenge her, too. Both of them look like they have the speed here. Torpedo Anna's just going to sit chilly. I mean, and then you get a try, but everybody's going to be on top. So it's just going to really hurt your pricing there. And all the other horses are going to be crazy odds, except for probably Power Squeeze, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And then your play in here, though, is definitely the pick fours, stuff like that, because everybody's going to single this horse, or you take a shot and you completely throw her out and punch and all. And see if she gets beat. But I mean, it gets awful expensive doing that.
She's never won at this distance. The Charlestown Oaks was 7 furlongs. I think she's going to get really tired and fade to the back.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it just wows up here, guys, to be honest with you.
I do too. She's like the Taylor Swift of.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
She is. She should have her own like Taylor Swift theme song that she comes out onto the track.
She needs something cooler than Taylor Swift.
Oh, for sure.
You're giving me ideas now for Instagram, Ashley.
I think she needs like her own paddock like anthem when she walks in.
Well, they call her the Grizzly Bear, so she needs something.
Yeah. She's all business, Danny. There's no playing about this, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
So crowded, too. Maybe she'll take a few people out because they pack in there. She comes in hot.
Yeah.
All right. Now we are on to the big race, the Pennsylvania Derby. So let me pull this up. The $1 million final leg of our Pennsylvania Pick 4 Grade 1 Pennsylvania Derby for 3-year-olds. And this is 1 mile and 1/8. And we're got a full field here. I haven't seen a field this big on Pennsylvania Derby in a while. Danny, have you, 11 horses. We have a full field.
Yeah, no, it's going to be exciting, and really, it's wide open. I mean,
But that's what we like, Danny.
That's what we like. This is going to be where you could probably make some money because we know that Torpedo Anna is going to be such a short price, and here is where anything could happen. But I have a feeling a great will win.
Before we get into it, though, in terms of betting a double, if you put Torpedo, in that first spot, is a double a good way to bet this, you think, Patrick? In terms of
I mean, I think it's not bad because you know you're going to most likely get the first leg. Okay.
Right.
So let's think about that. But the other thing is though, too, you can't pound, 6 or 7 horses for like a $20 double because it starts to get expensive on you. You really got to narrow it down to 2 or 3 if you want to start punching that hard. And you've got to look at the will pays.
Right.
Well, but you don't really have that ability to do so at that point because when you make the bet, obviously the race hasn't gone off yet. So you'll be able to see the will pays after the first leg, but you better hope that, you're at least going to cover what you bet to do it. So you've got to be very smart and very meticulous about how you make this bet, guy.
Okay.
Yep.
Danny, why don't you kick us off? This is your home track and your biggest race of the year.
I know. All right. This I've looked at this and looked at this and looked. The only horse that I see, it's going to be a speed favoring track for sure. Dragoon Guard, the number 7. I just think Seize the Gray. I think he was. I don't want to call him a one-hit wonder. I think it's cool he won the Preakness, but he broke horrible last time. I think this looks like he's weak behind now. I think Dragoon Guard's going to be strong and get a good break. Florent Drew is such an aggressive rider. Brad Cox knows how to win this race. He won it last year with Saudi Crown. And what I like about Dragoon Guard, I think it's a big ask going for 5 in a row, but he could be a little tactical if he has to. He doesn't have to just be, going at his own pace on the lead. So for me, I like him. And then I'm going to use Timeout underneath Bill Mott. But this horse hasn't really won any. He's only won 1 race. But I think Joel Rosario is such a good, strong closing rider. He'll work out a trip. I think this horse will be at great odds. Bill Mott always gets a piece of it. This definitely isn't his top horse, but I think this horse will. I just have a feeling I picture the race unfolding. I see Dragoon Guard kind of up there controlling things, and I see Timeout making a nice move. Seize the Gray. Last time he did impress me that he held on for 4th, even though he never made the lead. So I think he'll just kind of stay in that mid spot because I think he's just naturally faster than some of these horses. And then I have Chad Brown's Unmatched Wisdom, who's, won the Curlin Stakes, which isn't, it's just a state bred stake. It's not a big deal, but he looks like he's coming into nice form now. And Flavien Prat, to me, is the best jockey in the country right now. So I didn't use any of the local horses, and I feel really bad. Don't tell them.
They might see this. You never know.
Yeah. They wouldn't surprise me. Just Step on It would not surprise me. If Florent Drew was on Just Step on It, I think I'd feel more confident.
Danny, I'm feeling the same as you. When it comes to Unmatched Wisdom, Flavien Prat, that's my guy. That's my guy right there. I'm actually going, I think, 7 horses deep here. I got the 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 11. Yeah. But now, after talking to Patrick, I'm going to probably need to whittle that field down a little bit for the double. But I like Florent Drew or Flavien Prat top probably as my top 2 picks. I like to play the jockeys, most of the time. That's like my angle. I'm looking forward to hit a price there at the end of this pick 4. That's where I'm the deepest is in the PA Derby. So I think it is, like you guys said in the beginning, it's open. It's one of the bigger fields we've ever seen for the Pennsylvania Derby lately, a full field. So I'm really just hoping to catch a price, at the end of this sequence here, the pick 4, and hopefully Unmatched Wisdom comes through for me and cashes that pick 4 ticket. I like Seize the Gray too. I got D. Wayne Lucas, he's going to, draw some attention. It'll be fun to see him. And if we could see Kenny McPeak and D. Wayne Lucas in the winner's circle on PA Derby Day at Parx, that'll be a successful day. And I think we got a shot at doing it. And if Seize the Gray or Unmatched Wisdom win, I'm going to cash a pretty nice little pick 4 there. So that's where I'm going. I'm spreading for that last race, and hopefully Pratt or Giroux or Jamie Torres can get it done for us.
And you'll see D. Wayne over in the casino. He loves
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna be following him around probably.
Oh, he's cool.
As much as I can. Oh yeah, he's the coolest. I
We'll eat
would
Wendy's for dinner. He's just one of a kind. Wayne.
He's so nice.
He should fit in nicely with the Ben Salem crowd.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, he likes Wendy's, and so does Jeff. So Jeff and him can like head to Wendy's because
Nice.
that
ask
was Jeff's favorite fast food restaurant when we put him in the hot seat.
Or,
All right, Patrick.
well, it took a little bit of a shot here. I really like the way the 7 Dragoon Guard has been running. You get Florent Giroux, who I'm a big fan of, especially Danny after the Pocahontas. He rode a great race.
Oh, didn't he though?
He did. He rode a great race. There's no question about that. At the end of the day, I think he's just moving up, Danny. He's doing very, very well. To ask this horse to win 5 in a row, though, is very tough. So I did,
Yeah.
it is what it is. But he's a son of Arrogate. And what a shame we lost that horse so early as a sire. I mean, he
Agreed.
had no idea what he could have been. But this horse, the worst he's ever been is second, and it's only been once. 5 starts, 4 wins. Kind of hard to not go against him. I think he's going to get some play. I did put Seize the Gray in just because I love Coach, and I have a great story about him the one day when I was the national sales manager for TRM Ireland, and we sold a lot of supplements, higher-end stuff, to a lot of the horsemen. And if you guys know Trainer Magazine, we sponsored the Trainer of the Quarter. Well, Mr. Lucas was the Trainer of the Quarter, and I got to go in and see him and talk with him. And I was with him for about 25 minutes, which was I thought was absolutely amazing. And the fact of the matter is, that whole time he wanted to talk about me, which I thought was crazy because all I wanted to do was talk about Coach. I'm like, we've been such a big fan, all of us, of him. And he's such a great guy to be around, and he talks to you, and he's just a normal kind of guy, and he'll show you the way to make millions. I remember watching an interview with him before, and he told you, he goes, hey, I won't give it to you, but I'm going to show you how to do it. And that's what was so great about him, because he nurtured so many great people. Take a look at Todd Pletcher. That's all you really need to know. But I'm cheering for him. I would like to see him win with this son of Arrogate, Seize the Great. And remember, this horse won the Pat Day Mile also and came right back and won the Preakness off of that after skipping. Obviously, didn't run in the Derby and skipped it after a bad race in the Bluegrass. So it just didn't really qualify for the Derby. But this horse came back and did very, very well. Can't throw him out. Jamie Torres. This kid came on the scene like wildfire. It's unbelievable how he's running. I also put in the 11 horse here, Stronghold, the son of Go Sapper. Nice second last time in the Indiana Derby. Got beat by Dragoon Guard. So that horse came right back. Dragoon Guard came right back. Won the West Virginia Derby. This horse ran in the Kentucky Derby. Didn't do any good there, but did win the Santa Anita Derby. Phil D'Amato is going to come in here. I think this horse is going to be very, very tough here, guys. I really do. I'm not crazy about the post, but we are going a route, so it may not be that bad at all.
Jamie Torres started here at Parx, so it'll be really cool to see him come back. He knows the track really well, and he's got a lot of fans here, including me. I knew he was special from right away. Really hardworking kid. He even lived in his car for a little bit trying to make the jockey thing happen, so he's very deserving.
And Danny, he didn't really he started at an older age, did he not? Or something? It wasn't. He just decided one day he wanted to ride, and then he did.
Yeah, and then Gary Stevens picked him up from here, and that's kind of how he got out to Churchill. But he was here first, and coming from here in New York. But always really nice kid.
Right.
He's tall, too. He's got like a longer torso.
Really?
But he really gets down, and he's really athletic.
Well, I'm a fangirl. I love the whole fan aspect. It's how I started in this industry as a fan. So I'm going with Seize the Gray. I'm going with the My Racehorse group just because I would like to see that happen. There's such a fun, when they come to your racetrack, the My Racehorse fans, it is it's just a buzz. It is so fun, and they're so fun and excited, and I would just like to see it. So, and I like D-Wing. So I'm going with Seize the Gray on top. I hope we can make it happen for the My Racehorse fans and contributors. So that would be really cool. Dragon Guard is my second pick. Brad Cox really liked this horse. I got in my head. I started getting really in my head, was going back and forth between Stronghold, the 11, and the 5 as my long shot. So I threw them all in last minute. I love Irod, and I think he's going to be able to run this horse as more of a long shot, because I'm like the girl that loves the throw and the long shots. Like I want something that pays out nice. And I know that's not always happening with, your pick fours and stuff, because you got to have like your anchor bets in there, but I got to throw in those, hopefully something that's going to make the payout worth it. And that's why I throw in Productive. I don't know. My heart says, let's go seize the gray. I want to see you do it again.
Danny won't have enough room in the winner's circle if that horse wins.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You?
That's the one thing about the My Race horses is, morning line odds are 5-1. That's going to be bet down like crazy. But I love the My Race horse stuff. I actually went and got my dad a couple shares of a horse, 2 years ago, and it has been tremendous. It's been so much fun getting to watch the horse, and it ended up running at PA Derby Day 2 years ago and won, and there was 1 million people.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was
crazy.
Fun.
But you know what? It was the thrill of a lifetime for me and my father. So yeah, I'm definitely pulling for the My Race horse folks, and I hope they turn out in droves on Saturday, and they're having a good old time.
They will. I was there on Preakness when Seize the Gray won, and at the winner's circle, it was just flooded, and they were crying, there were tears, they were jumping. Like, it was amazing. It was like people coming down from like the grandstand, like, no, I own part of that horse, and like crossing. I was like, this is like so insane. But it was a big group. But definitely the photographers had to use the big wide lenses to get everyone, and Parx should be ready. Because if that happens,
I've been talking to the security guys all week, and I said, now you guys got to be ready for this. That's going to be a show for sure if Seize the Gray gets it done.
Well, Pat, I talked to John Da Silva the other day, Danny, and he said like the whole fifth floor going to be just for the My Racehorse crew.
Yeah,
there's so many of them.
That's the rumor.
Yeah.
Well, we got to talk about, we have 3 local horses too. Lonesome Boy for Hugo Padilla and Adam Bowman, which is just one of the coolest jockeys around. Just Step on It for Lou Linder. Yep, the Bow Show. Actually, Jason Beam, the announcer, made that up, which is really cool. And then Uncle Heavy, who ran in the Preakness for Butch Reed. So some local jockeys getting to ride the big race, some 3 local trainers. It would be cool to see them.
And Danny, look at Lonesome Boy, because I was looking at this last night when I was getting prepared for everything today. Look at the pedigree on this. This horse is out of a Cherokee run stallion called Nationhood, and it's a Washington bred, going to run in a Grade 1. There weren't very many Washington breds guys that ever ran in a Grade 1 before.
No, and that's John Parker, and he's a big supporter of our horse racing here. And obviously he was big out in Emerald Downs and big supporter here of Hugo Padilla. A couple horses with Kate DeMasi, but it'll be really interesting. That would be awesome. One of the longer shots on the board.
Well, the horse ran 4th in the Wood Memorial. I mean, that's a Grade 2. I mean, it's not like this horse is a bum. He's solid.
No, and he's had some time off. He has a race under his belt, and Adam knows him like the back of his hand, gets on him every day, so definitely was rooting for him.
When did Lonesome Boy win last? Because didn't he win his last time out, right?
He didn't win his last time out.
No.
He ran 5th. He ran 5th that day. His last victory was back on January 28th of this year in an optional starter allowance, and that was at Aqueduct.
Yeah.
Uncle Heavy got 3rd in the Smarty Jones on the 24th. So, I mean, he's on his home turf. He could have a home turf advantage. I wouldn't count him out. It was something I was like going back and forth with too. As I was like logging on, I was still like trying to make changes to my ticket.
Yeah, I do remember he did run a nice race that day. I'm trying to decide though, if you had to make a choice between one of the 2 Parx horses to put on this ticket, if it comes down to Lonesome Boy or who, Uncle
I would
Heavy.
just step on it. Oh, the 3 horses, the 3.
Oh, there's 3. That's right. There's 3. Just step on it. You had to pick one of those 3, Patrick. Who you got?
Well, I mean, I think it would be the 6 because, I mean, Danny, this horse ran 4th in the Haskell. It was a Grade 1. He came back. He just missed in the Smarty Jones.
Yeah.
So, I think of the Parx horses.
The most talented.
Yeah.
He's the most talented of the Parx horses, for sure. His numbers prove it. Great.
So he might be one we got to think about, putting underneath for sure.
Well, days between our two tracks, huh?
Great days, great racing. Danny, I'm so excited about all of this, just to be a part of all this in Pennsylvania racing. And I mean, I'm a PA bred myself, so I have pretty much given my entire life to the Pennsylvania program, and it does pay off. It is so much fun. And when I brought Warriors Reward here for all those guys, for Donnie Brown and Tom McClay and all them, and it's just been an exciting few years here. And we see all these Warriors Reward horses running like the wind, especially here at Presque. And all they just keep winning. Now they're the leading owners here at Presque. Stallion Awards are just ripping it up. Unfortunately, we had to pension him this year. He's now infertile, but he is at Old Friends, so we get to still see the old guy. So he's really in a great spot.
Well, good for you, Warriors Reward. Job well done, buddy.
I appreciate it. He certainly appreciates it. Let me put it that way, because Danny, he's just been a solid, stalwart stallion. Just always a lot of blue collar horses, no doubt, but I'm telling you, they're running a little bit higher levels up here too. I know that for sure, and they're winning stakes. And those boys, they party a lot in Mechanicsburg because they just get victory after victory every single day with that.
I know they do.
And his progeny.
Alrighty, so let's take a look at our tickets and what's going to cost us. So I am coming in at the all-time low. I'm a budget-friendly girl. I always look for low costs and high payouts, so my ticket's going to cost you about $18.
Awesome.
Wow, look at that Cotillion stakes.
$32. Yeah, I think we all dropped the single here.
Yeah,
we did. I went a little deeper. Mine's $48, but I think it's worth it. Hey, where are you going to get this caliber of horses? I mean, let's have fun. That's what it's like. You can't take it with you, guys. I can tell you that much. Spend it, man. Sure. You know what I want to do my last day on Earth? I want to spend my last dollar. On a horse. On a horse. That's right, Danny. On a horse.
I like it. We think alike. All right, Ashley, where can everybody get their free PPs at?
You can get your free PPs at PennHorseRacing.com. We have them for both Friday and Saturday. So head on over under Wager Warriors and download your digital PPs for Presque and for Parx Racing for Friday and Saturday. And don't forget, this is a reduced takeout rate on these bets, so 15%. So we're going to get paid out more, and you have a minimum bet of 50 cents for the pick four. So we're super excited. I'm excited. I'm going to be out at Parx Racing. Unfortunately, Patrick, I haven't learned how to teleport yet. So
Well, I figured you had a NetJets account, Ashley, and you could just hop on your Gulfstream and get back to Parx real quick.
No, they're not. I'm not getting paid that well yet. The podcast has not gone to that level. I'm not like Alex Earl. I'm hoping.
Next year.
Yeah, right. No, hey, we have FanDuel coming on Friday too. Nick Hines is going to be here, so it's going to be a lot of excitement Friday evening. I can't wait. We got a big concert after that. A lot of great things happening here at PID, and I'm so proud to be part of it. I love this racetrack.
And first post is 4 p.m. and what time the gates open and all that good stuff.
Well, I think if you get it, probably 3 o'clock you could get here. We don't really have the gates, Danny. Like we're a little bit different than that, but
I like
you just walk right on in, and it's just a cool racetrack. Actually, you've been here a bunch of times. It is just a fun family atmosphere. And like I said, I think we're a little bit different of a racetrack because I think we're almost like an island. We're kind of separated from everybody and everything. We're kind of in a different kind of spot, but I'm just incredibly excited to be part of it.
Cool.
I'm so sad I'm not going to be there this year. It is one of my favorite tracks. It's so beautiful, and the people, your track's like family. I mean, for not running year round, like the community that you guys have is so awesome. I absolutely love coming there. You guys like treat me like you've known me all my life, and I've been there with you. So
Ashley,
I just love it.
I mean, you do such an amazing job, anyways, at your craft. It's the stuff you do for us. It's just I couldn't do it. I love it. Like the Hot to Trot videos that you did with Cass and I and a bunch of other people, Aaron McClellan and John and everybody. It's so creative and so wonderful what you do for us, and just to make sure everybody knows about our sport and our game. And it's the greatest game played outdoors. I'm telling you, I don't care what anybody says. It's America's original game. I want to keep it up. I just need it to last. I want it to. And I know we're under a little bit of pressure and under a little bit of attack, but I'll go tooth and nail and fight till I die for this game.
I'm with you, buddy.
Really well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, we have one more ticket to look at, our Keystone Daily Double. So we have that to play.
Yep.
And we don't need to go back through. Majority of us put the same horses in that were in our pick 4, but make sure that you guys put in your tickets for the Keystone Daily Double. Kicks off on Friday with the Master Stakes, cap it off on Saturday with the PA Derby. And again, well, me and Patrick were both pretty cheap. We're budget friendly.
No, actually, I screwed up because the 6 should be in mine also. Should be 168, so that's going to bump it up just a little bit.
Not bad. Still under.
Yeah,
Under $20. All of us are under $20. Very, very friendly. Got a lot of betting to do this weekend, so I got to spread my my budget for the weekend for my bets that I have. So I got to be cognizant of what I'm betting on. That's why I'm always budget friendly. I love a coupon. I love a BOGO. Give me a BOGO sale any day.
Gosh.
The BOGO on Saturday is going to be Torpedo, Anna. That's
Exactly.
Gonna be
That's your buy one, get one free.
Yep, that's the BOGO of the weekend.
All right.
I'm so looking forward to Saturday. I'm going to be part of the NBC broadcast. Making my TV debut.
I love it.
We'll see what happens there. Be down with all the great fans, and we're expecting a huge turnout. Hopefully, the weather continues to stay beautiful. It looks like it's going to. And after last year, which was just a real shame with the weather, I think you're going to see a major turnout for some great Pennsylvania racing at Parx.
Yes.
And make sure to look out for me, in the picnic grove, walking around with people, and we'll try to make it extra entertaining for Saturday.
You will. You're going to get some Eagles fans. Yeah, our gates open at 11. No, 10. Gates open at 10.
10.
We have hats giveaway while they last.
Yep, the
Trinity
hats.
is going to be raffling off a Run Happy halter, and special post time of 11:35.
Beautiful.
And I'm going to be in the picnic grove, so Patrick, you better come see me.
Yes.
I'm
Me
so
and the
jealous. I want to be
PHR.
there, guys, so bad.
You got to get the net jets.
Yeah.
I did it. I've actually, when I worked for Vinery, I got to fly a few times as the hired help on corporate jets, and I can tell you guys, it is fun. Unfortunately, it wasn't on my. Fortunately, it wasn't on my.
Fortunately,
dime,
it
but
was.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I was still the hired help. Don't ever forget that, please.
Yeah, well, come see me and Jalen in the picnic grove. We'll be out there. We're going to have our bouncy roadie pony races. So my son will be manning that booth for the kids. I'm sure Patrick, you'll be on one.
Yep.
The roadie ponies are.
I'll have my son there too. He's all excited and ready to go. He saw himself in a pump up video for the PA and he thought that was the greatest thing in the world. So he'll be ready to go. We'll have the whole family out. And that's the best part. I mean, what's better than being able to bring your whole family out to the races, drinking, eating, betting on horses? It doesn't get much better than that. It's easy to make me happy, and that's it right there. That's going to be...
Very well put, Pat. Very well put, brother.
So excited for this weekend and these two awesome bets. Thank you guys so much for joining us
hold
here.
on, Ash. There's one other thing, too. Now, this is for Danny. And I don't know about you, Pat, but for me personally, I am, and Ashley, you kind of know this about me already, clothes are a big deal to me. So it usually takes me about a month just to get my outfit for Master. So Danny, how about you?
It does too. And I think I'm going with red just because that's the color of the hat. So I think I'm going to wear something red. But I know it'll depend on the weather that day.
Well, you're supposed to have good weather, so I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I have a couple options.
You got a couple options.
I guess we got to monitor the temperature. That's where I think Danny's going with this in terms of the temperature.
Yeah, we're doing.
I'm all ready to go. I went to Ventresca's actually like 2 years ago, and I got a derby outfit, and it rained terribly, and I didn't wear it to Parx that day. So I saved it, put it on ice. I brought out the outfit for a couple communions.
Nice.
But I'm thinking about taking a ride up to Ventresca's this afternoon because, I got to be looking extra good. I don't know if I want to run back the derby outfit and jacket and tie, but we'll see. I might maybe add to that ensemble today. But we'll see what Mr. Ventresca has for me when I get up there to the tail.
Well, Pat, if it rains, we know Danny won't be wearing her Jimmy Choos for sure.
Yeah.
She's gonna, she'll have something else, maybe a pair of duck boots on or something like that.
Yeah,
But-
a pair of Vans or something to get muddy. Yeah.
Don't even say that word, Ray. Don't even say it.
No, it's not going to rain. But sneakers and a dress, like at the racetrack, you're going in the dirt, you're walking across the track. Me and Danny are very mobile. If you're wearing high, like, that's just torture.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
throwing on sneakers to get where you need to be and a dress, but I don't know what I'm wearing. Labor Day, there was a sale. I bought like 7. So I bought 7 options. And we're just going to bring them all with me, and whatever I feel like going with, we'll go with.
I love it.
Can't wait to see it.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us here on Haunted Chat. It's been a lot of fun. Everybody get your tickets in for the Pennsylvania Pick 4 and the Keystone Daily Double. It's going to be a great day, 2 days of racing at 2 fantastic racetracks in Pennsylvania. So thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Let's go racing.
Thanks for listening, and thank you to the Standardbred Breeders of Pennsylvania for sponsoring Hot to Trot. We'll see you next time.